brief narration on the beginning, the build-up from the group stage, from the round of 16 all the way now to the finals of the MTC Maris Cup. What are your views on that, and how has the tournament actually grown? And yeah, basically.
Thank you for the opportunity. Greetings to Namibia. We are on to the final of the MTC Maris Cup this weekend, the 29th of March at Ekongo Stadium. It has indeed been a very exciting journey, first of its kind tournament in Namibia, where the winner takes all. It's unprecedented, and that has really generated a huge amount of excitement and also content on social media. Where has this happened? How is it done like that, and so on. But it's always the beginning of anything. It has happened elsewhere. Namibia, it's the first time, and that's really what contributed to the excitement which we are facing, which we are going to deliver on Saturday. African Stars versus Young African, with a sort of traditional or similar home base. That really is what is the cherry on top of the cake. These are rivals, and they are going to face each other head on. They are deservingly in the final. From the round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, they've really stood out. What I also must say is that this tournament has lived up to the motto of the NFA in terms of taking the people's game to people. It started in Windhoek, it went to Ashakati, it went to Marintal, it's back in Windhoek, and hopefully in the years to come it will be exposed to other towns and centers. But this year I think it was good that it's exposed to other towns, and we could see from the feedback that we got that people really love the tournament. They cottoned onto it very well. It was also free. The final is also going to be free, provided that you have to be registered on Maris. That's really the only condition for you to enter. And we are hoping that come Saturday we will see a packed stadium, Namibians from all walks of life really coming to support football. You don't have to support the two teams in the final. Come and support football. It's one of those tournaments where at the moment you can't predict who is going to take it and be part of the action. As a matter of fact, between the NFA and MTC, there's a few things we would want to give away. One of it is airtime. You need to predict to us a few things so that you stand the chance to win some of these things. Just simply put, which team is going to score first? That's one of the questions we're going to ask. And if you are at the stadium and one team has scored first, you will get the prize. But we will announce more of that as we approach the tournament's ultimate stage.
John, Tate Isack here mentioned something about taking the people's game to the people. The tournament started here in Windhoek, it went to the north, it went to Marinta, now the final is actually back here in Windhoek. What is the motive, behind that driven phrase, taking the people's game to the people?
I think if you look at the motto of Namibia Football Association and taking the people's game to people, basically it's more or less the same with MTC, of making connections as well. So our philosophy has always been based that for sports to develop and for sports to grow, we must try by all means to do an equitable distribution of sports resources in the entire country. And that is why you always see us, whether or not it's football or any of the sports codes that we support, be it netball and be it volleyball or be it boxing, we always make it a habit for us to make sure that the fans and public and the sport federations, the organizers and the promoters make sure that we go to almost every other corner of the country. It is just a way to celebrate our sporting talents and making sure that we appreciate that sport can not only happen in the hinterlands of the capital, but it needs to be celebrated in almost every corner of the country. And that way we feel part and parcel of this beautiful thing called sport.
Obviously, people would say that the North, that's the pride of Chula Chula. That's where Chula Chula's heart actually beats. But in terms of how the majority population received this tournament, What was the most touching or rather highlighting part of taking this tournament to the northern part of the country?
For me was the excitement and the energy, seeing that almost every other club played their hearts out. So it was almost like it's a mini final already. So again, the incentive of 1.5 million Namibian dollars in this kind of economy, it's a whole lot of money for any sport club to have. And I think that was motivated there. Irrespective of basically what the clubs or what the venue had to be, what we needed to look into first was how can we maximize attendance, but how can we also find facilities that are conducive to the environment. It's almost a set reality that of course we have facilities, we are limited by facilities, but we work within those confines of facilities to bring football to the towns. And again, your question is, if I just have to recycle it down, is definitely the excitement itself by the players, the efforts, the passion and the dedication they put there is what made this cup so special to us, and we just couldn't hide our excitement in seeing what type of talent and what type of exceptional quality football was being displayed there, despite the limitations of the facilities.
Mr. Isack, you obviously have owned a club before and you know the struggles that players actually go through in terms of financial constraints and other stuff here in Namibia. How do you think this player of the tournament, goalkeeper of the tournament is actually going to uplift some of these young players that are yet to win these prizes?
Look, first of all, the competition itself provides a platform for any player to be seen either by another team or by the national selectors. That's one. Number two, the fact that you are part of a team that's competing for a big prize, should it be incentive enough for you to really play your heart out? And if the money comes, which is really the cherry on top, that should be a bonus. You must play to make sure your team wins. And if you are the winner of that individual award or prize, look, then it means you have done really well, you have done well for your team, and people have seen you doing well, because it's not just out of the blue that you become an award winner. There is a team of people who select, who look at you over time. Especially the player of the series, for instance, would have been looked at from the round of 16. So there are notes being taken. So you need to appreciate the effort as a player that you have put in for you to be picked as an outstanding player. And mind you, from the matches that I've watched, Oshakati, Windhoek, Marintal, there's quite a number of outstanding players. So if you come out as the top one, whether it's goalkeeper, the top goal scorer, that's an obvious one. But your player of the series, you need to really thank your lucky stars, thank your God, thank your coach, thank your teammates that you are the guy who has been selected. It means a lot for any player to win an individual prize, which comes with a financial incentive. You can do so much. The cost of being a football player is huge. You need to eat properly, nutrition, your energy drinks, your water consumption, your shoes. You need to have 3 or 4 pairs of shoes, all of these materials that people need. The club cannot provide all of it. So if you win that, you have an opportunity to buy the things that you want so that you can train better and play better. There's an instance where a club would perhaps buy boots, but the boots would be not of the standard that you would like. So if you win this individual award, which comes with a very good financial incentive, you are then able to buy what you want. Some of the money you can take home. And that's really the message that we want to push, that football should be driven in such a way that it helps people to put bread on the table. And this is just the start of it. The more people we have who invest money into football, the more money there is for players. And there's more money for food to be put on the table. That's really an economic issue. Football, as I always say, is no more just a pastime, a social pastime. It's an economic activity. It's something that really helps to drive the economy. The NFA has, at this point, over 10,000 men and women on its record, on its books. Maybe half of them get salary or wages or whatever it is. And that means 3,500 people directly contribute to the food that's bought at their houses, to the water and electricity bills at their houses. So from these tournaments, Those are the things that you benefit from. Your question was, how do individual players who win awards, what do they do with the money? What does it mean for them? But generally, it is just, there's a bigger opportunity, which is really an economic opportunity for young men and women. Also for those, although that's not part of the question, those who go and sell their refreshments. You would have noticed that when we did not have football, people were complaining. People would be coming to soccer house and complain, when is football starting? Because without football, they can't sell their soft drinks, they can't sell their meat, they can't sell their hot dogs. So there's an economy being created, and this is what the Maris Cup, MTC Maris Cup, has also been able to assist with, making sure that I'm able to sell 1 liter of Coke, able to sell a hot dog, and that then puts bread on the table. It pays the school, pays the university, and all of these things. So really, this is not just about football for its sake. It's an economy, and we need to get to a point where we professionalize football so that a player doesn't have to go to work and come back and go and train because he'll be tired. You train twice a day, you play your football, and that is what it means by being a professional player. And the Maris Cup and all the other tournaments and leagues that we have should be administered in such a way that we arrive at a point where we really can say all of our players registered on our database are able to earn a decent living from football.
Okay. So with the Maris product that you guys launched, it provided fans with free entry to the stadiums, and you guys also launched the Dr. Semnyoma tribute T-shirts. How have the fans received the Maris products so far?
Well, the fans are very excited about the product itself. We only made, unfortunately, 1,000 of those units available for the market, and those units are available only via MTC Maris. So again, there are a lot of benefit on the MTC Maris product. So for you to gain that jersey, please, it's only cost around $259 billion. So it's a memoir. And you know that if there's only 1,000 of those in the market, that means that you'll be one person of the 1,000 people in the entire country of it's 3 million people or so. That is that jersey. So again, thousands are running out very fast. Just press star 140 star 682 hash, and then you click on option number 5 to select merchant, and then you pay for the Dr. Semnyoma memorial T-shirt for the MTC Maris Cup. So,
and overall, how have the people been using the Maris product? Like in buying refreshments at the stadiums and all that.
The one thing that we've made very clear from the word go is that this will be a cashless event. So in the sense that if you want to your refreshment served inside the perimeters of the stadium, you have to use the MTC Maris platform, and it's a platform that has been working wonderfully. As you know, that this is our first foray into this mobile platform, and we're trying to encourage the public to make use of this platform more and more often. Its benefits are astronomous, as you can understand that. First and foremost, you can cash in, you can cash out, you can buy at any participation merchant and things like that. Cashing basically means that you can go at any MTC retail shop, any Woerman broker branch countrywide, or any PST bet agency or shop countrywide and put in money, or you can do the same and just cash out as well at any of those mentioned outlets. But you can also transfer to somebody. That's the beauty of the Maris product. You can transfer to anybody who doesn't need to have a bank account. And again, that goes to say that we are saving those people that are bankless, that have not the benefit of a bank account, but are included in the financial inclusive economy. And that is basically the intent and the purpose of what the MTC Maris is all about, as per philosophy of MTC, that we want to become a digital enabler. And I think that's where we need to go, and that's the future that we're talking about in terms of all these wonderful things about technology.